Yeah, Cardi B done turned into a cum bucket. Yeah, but she was a good housewife as a hoe. She was ready to be a housewife. She don't want to go back to this. She hates she having a baby, so she got to try to make it look good, homie. But no woman have ever been proud to be the other baby mama while we both pregnant. So, yeah, Shirley, hey, Shirley, that's both our babies, homie. She had to say it jokingly, not to cry.
The street's been whispering, but now it's official. Offset just did the unthinkable. After months of low-key shots, cryptic tweets, and messy interviews, he went nuclear. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, but Offset might be proving that a bitter man can make hell look like a playground. Because this time, he didn't just clap back, he detonated.
Mind you, this man sent text messages to somebody that I was dealing with me, of me and him having. That's the type of shit I've been dealing with for the past 2 months. Cause you will fucking talk to a nigga and a motherfucker will play in your fucking face over and over and over and over and over again, and she'll be like, watch what I'm about to do, watch what I'm about to say. And it's so fucking sad that a nigga like to, really like to play games with me when I'm at my most vulnerable time, when I'm not the most confident.
See, behind the Instagram smiles and slick captions, this divorce has been pure chaos. For weeks, Cardi been trying to keep it cute, trying to move on, trying to act unbothered while quietly building a whole new chapter with Stefon Diggs. But Offset, nah, that man been on one.
The only reason why I'm still married is because somebody wants me to pay for their taxes. Y'all want to know the tea? The only way I could get out of my marriage if I pay for somebody else's taxes, even though I pay for my own, and give them one of my properties. I'm fighting for that. I'm gonna fight for that. This is not no love. And like I said, I'm not gonna stop living my life because on a contract, I'm practically still married because somebody wanna hold me hostage if I don't give them millions of dollars to get out of it. So that's what I'm going through in life.
Bro couldn't stand watching her win without him. Couldn't stomach seeing her soft launching dinners, stadium boxes, and subtle heart emojis. So instead of healing, he started plotting. And what he pulled next? Pure career suicide.
Mind you, this man sent text messages to somebody that I was dealing with me, of me and him having. That's the type of shit I've been dealing with for the past 2 months. Every time he knows that I go out of town, he harasses me. He leave me voice notes, trying to put my self-esteem to the ground. And I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of him and his girlfriend playing games on my phone, leaving explicit voice notes on my...
Allegedly, Offset leaked a private tape. Yeah, that kind of tape. Showing Cardi in a moment that was never meant for the world to see. The kind of thing only someone close could have ever had access to. The kind of violation that cuts past fame, past pride, right into your soul. The whispers came fast. First from burner accounts, then gossip pages, then the blogs. Within hours, Offset Cardi tape was trending before anyone even saw a clip. Because that's how this world works now. Rumor travels faster than truth. Some said Stefon Diggs was in the video. Others swore there were multiple men. Nobody could confirm.
Hey, why you... I hit this girl up before. Like, yo, I better not find out you in my house. This girl gonna tell me, why you care that I'm in the house? You haven't been there for 3 years. Girl, how you gonna tell me why I'm mad that you in my house when that's my house that I bought? Are you okay? And then this nigga FaceTime me with his girl. Let me tell ya about this ass, right? For the past couple of months, I've been very quiet, but I've been going through a lot of stuff that I keep to myself. First thing first, this guy, right, is upset because I sent his girlfriend messages of him begging me, saying he was going to take away his life, begging me, saying he's going to take away my life. All that shit was mad. He's mad about that. Mind you.
But the talk alone was enough to wreck reputations. And that's exactly what Offset wanted. He's been simmering ever since Cardi filed for divorce and refused to bankroll his chaos. Sources close to her said he demanded money, millions in taxes, even a property, before signing off on the final papers. Basically, he wanted her to pay him to leave. When she refused, he flipped, started threatening, calling, sending late-night voice notes, begging 1 minute and blackmailing the next.
Any nigga got 3, 4, 5 baby mamas, I mean, he a lot of women raw. So he's susceptible to carrying some type of STI or STD. Dick too active with too many babies, with a history of raw dogging. So now I thought she was way more sharp than that. No, she ain't. That's the broken. That's the broken. She have to have a man.
Cardi said it herself. He'd harass her every time she left town, voice memos full of manipulation. The kind of mental warfare only an ex who knows your weak spots can play. And still, she tried to stay silent, tried to keep it off the timeline. Until now. Because when Offset allegedly dropped that tape, all bets were off. People close to Cardi say she snapped. She's been calling lawyers, crying one second and cussing the next, telling friends she's ready to burn it all down. They say she's furious, not just about the video, but about how calculated it feels. Offset been broke, they say, running through cash like water, gambling, buying jewelry he can't afford, flexing for an image that ain't even real anymore. Without Cardi's checks, he's drowning.
In wedlock, the other baby gonna be a problem because it's a bastard baby. So you got a bastard baby and you got 2 children born in wedlock. You got 2 born in wedlock and you got 1 born out of wedlock while you're married.
So what does he do? Tries to sink her with him. He's been trying to weaponize her own fame against her, turning her success into leverage, and that's where the real poison hits. Because let's be honest, Cardi's been the breadwinner from day one. Every house, every headline, every dollar that kept the Migos mansion lights on had her fingerprints on it. When she said, "I make money moves," she meant both of them. Now she's realizing she was financing her own downfall. Word is, Offset still has access to old content, tapes, messages, private footage from back when things were good, and when she finally cut off the money, he started leaking pieces, twisting timelines, telling people she was still messing with him while seeing Stefon, trying to make her look like the villain in her own love story. He even tried to flip the narrative by claiming she was cheating, sending clips of them together to Stefon, pretending it was recent. But Cardi caught wind of it and went public, saying he's been harassing her nonstop, sending messages and threatening to take both their lives. That's when fans realized this wasn't just petty drama, it was turning dark. Behind closed doors, sources say she's terrified but furious. She's already gearing up for legal war, not just divorce filings, but charges. Because what Offset allegedly did could fall under revenge porn laws, straight up criminal. And if that video really exists, leaking it could put him behind bars. But Offset, he ain't worried. He's been too busy online, throwing shade, dropping emojis, pretending unbothered while the internet eats up every bit of chaos. It's the same cycle every toxic breakup goes through, except this one's being streamed to millions. Cardi, though, she's reached her limit. People close to her say she's done protecting him, done trying to keep things off record, done playing the good ex card. She's ready to go nuclear in return, ready to tell the whole truth about what went down inside that marriage, about the manipulation, the money, the mistresses, and the mental games. And let's not forget, she's still Cardi B. She's not built to fold quietly. When she finally talks, it'll shake the industry. You can already feel it building, that calm before the storm kind of energy. Every time she's been counted out, she's flipped it into power. From lawsuits to label fights, she's always come back louder. So this time, she's coming for blood. Legally, financially, and publicly. Meanwhile, the streets got no chill. Memes flying, blogs dissecting every frame, and even Charleston White, of all people, popping up to throw gasoline on the fire. He called her everything under the sun, talked about her baby, her past, even dragged Stefon's name into it. And that's where Cardi drew the line. Because she's done letting men profit off her pain. Offset thought he could humiliate her, Charleston thought he could clown her, but they both forgot one thing. Cardi doesn't crumble, she erupts. And when she does, nobody's safe. The industry's watching, waiting for her next move. Offset's still playing games online, pretending it's just entertainment. But this isn't clout anymore. This is real life, real betrayal, real consequences. Cardi's gearing up to hit him where it hurts, not in the blogs, but in court. And word is, she's bringing receipts. This time, it won't be just Offset's reputation on the line. It'll be his freedom. Because the moment she flips that switch from emotional to strategic, the whole narrative changes. And Offset might have just sparked the feud that ends his own career. So yeah, Offset wanted to play dirty. He better hope Cardi don't decide to play smarter. Because once she strikes back, there won't be no more leaks, no more games, just silence. The kind that comes after a storm when everything's been destroyed. When Offset lit that fuse, He thought he'd control the explosion. But what he didn't count on was the wildfire it would start. The kind of scandal that spreads faster than anyone can contain. Because the second that tape rumor hit the blogs, every hustler with a podcast and every loudmouth with a mic wanted a piece of it. And that's where Charleston White came stomping into the mess like he'd been waiting for the invite. Now, you already know Charleston doesn't talk. He detonates. Every time there's a hot headline, he's right there stirring up smoke and making sure nobody forgets his name. But this time, he went way beyond commentary. He went personal. In a new live stream, Charleston started talking reckless about Cardi like he knew her personally, dragging her name, her pregnancy, even her unborn child. He called her every disrespectful name in the book and laughed about it like he was doing comedy. "Your Cardi B done turned into a bucket," he said, smirking into the camera. "She was a good housewife, but now, she hate being pregnant. She trying to make it look good, homie." The clip went viral in minutes, not because people agreed, but because nobody could believe he had the audacity to say that out loud. He wasn't even subtle. He mocked her tears, her situation, her reputation. And then he crossed the one line you never cross. He started talking about her baby. "That other baby gonna be a problem," he said. "'Cause it's a bastard baby. 2 born in wedlock, 1 born out. That's a bastard baby." That's when the internet stopped laughing. Cardi's fans flooded his comments. People started calling for his page to be taken down. Even folks who usually agree with Charleston said he went too far. But the damage was already done. He'd poured gasoline on a house already burning. Behind closed doors, people close to Cardi said she was livid, like boiling mad. Not sad, not hurt, furious. Because it wasn't just about Charleston running his mouth. It was about how he was echoing everything Offset wanted people to believe. The way he talked, the way he minimized her pain, it sounded rehearsed, like somebody had been feeding him details. That's when folks started whispering that Charleston wasn't just freelancing for clicks, that Offset might have actually put him up to it. The timing was too perfect. Offset leaks a tape, Charleston drops an interview, and suddenly the blogs are filled with the same talking points. Cardi's wild, she's unfaithful, she's spiraling. You could almost feel the smear campaign forming in real time. But the thing about Cardi, she's from the Bronx. You embarrass her in public, she's not gonna cry in private. She's gonna reload. Sources say the night Charleston's clip went viral, Cardi stayed up till 5 a.m., pacing her living room, watching the video over and over again, trying to figure out who was feeding him information. She texted her team, "We suing everybody." Him, Offset, whoever's behind this. Nobody's walking away clean. She wasn't bluffing either. Within 24 hours, her lawyers were already drafting paperwork for potential defamation and revenge porn charges. They were combing through IP logs, contacting platforms, flagging videos, and tracing uploads. Because at this point, it wasn't just a scandal. It was an organized attack. And while all that was happening, Offset was out partying. Paparazzi caught him grinning outside a club, surrounded by bottles, women, and cameras, like none of it mattered. But if you looked close enough, his smile looked forced, nervous. Because deep down, he knew he'd pushed the wrong button. See? Leaking a tape for attention is one thing, but when you have Charleston White mocking your pregnant ex and calling her unborn child names, that's not petty. That's dangerous. Insiders say Offset's phone been blowing up nonstop. Not just from fans, but from industry people telling him to chill before Cardi's legal team buries him. Because the thing about Cardi is, she's got power. The kind that doesn't just trend, the kind that ends careers. And trust, she's not gonna waste it. People close to her say she's already in strategy mode. She's documenting everything, every clip, every post, every message. She's got receipts, the kind that don't lie. Because if Offset really did leak that tape, she's got enough evidence to make him pay for the rest of his life. Financially, legally, and publicly. But it's not even just about the law for her anymore. It's personal. The betrayal, the humiliation, the way men she trusted are now weaponizing her private life. It's turned into a war she didn't ask for but refuses to lose. And now, she's fighting on 3 fronts: the internet, the courts, and her own peace. Even her inner circle's been telling her to calm down, to focus on the baby, to let it blow over. But that's not how Cardi works. She doesn't let it blow over. She is the storm. Meanwhile, Charleston keeps milking it for clout. Every day another clip drops, him doubling down, talking about how Cardi ain't built like that, calling her every disrespectful name, spinning the story like he's got insider knowledge. And the blogs keep reposting it because mess equals money. But the one thing none of them realize, Cardi's been quiet for a reason. That silence isn't weakness, it's prep time. Because when she finally answers, she's not coming back with tweets or Instagram lives. She's coming with lawyers, statements, and maybe even some of her own receipts. The kind that flips the script and makes the world realize she wasn't the messy one. She was the target. And honestly, you can already feel that moment brewing. The same way you can feel thunder before it hits. Every time Offset posts another half-smirk selfie, every time Charleston drops another disrespectful clip, they're digging their own graves a little deeper. Because Cardi's next move isn't just a clapback, it's a career reset. The kind that reminds everybody why she's untouchable. You can't humiliate someone who already owns their truth. And Cardi? She's about to turn this humiliation into history. And once she does, Offset and Charleston won't just be canceled. There'll be case studies in how not to play with a woman who built her empire from nothing. Because if you push a woman like Cardi B too far, she doesn't just fight back. She flips the whole table. By the time the sun came up, Cardi wasn't angry anymore. She was focused. That's the thing people always forget about her. Yeah, she gets loud, she gets emotional. She'll cry and curse on live. But once she wipes her tears, it's over for whoever crossed her. Because when that switch flips from heartbroken to strategic, that's when the Bronx comes out. All night, she'd been watching Offset's little smirk plastered across the blogs, Charleston's nasty sound bites echoing across the internet, the memes, the edits, the comments calling her a mess, calling her finished. They thought they broke her down, but really they just sharpened her focus. By 9 a.m., her lawyer's office phone was already ringing off the hook. Team Cardi was mobilized. They weren't talking Instagram drama anymore. They were talking cases, revenge porn, defamation, cyber harassment, and the biggest one of all, extortion. Because if Offset really tried to use those tapes to get money from her, that's a federal problem, not a marital one. One insider said Cardi told her attorney straight up, "I'm done being the nice one. You want war? I'll bring courtrooms." Meanwhile, Offset was still acting like he was untouchable, posting songs, making subliminal jokes, acting like nothing happened. But people close to him say the facade is cracking. His DMs are dry, his calls are being ignored, and the label's starting to panic. Because nobody wants to be tied to a man trending for leaking revenge footage of his pregnant wife. Even his PR team supposedly begged him to disappear for a minute, to stop poking the bear before Cardi turned him into a headline he couldn't escape. But that's exactly what she's doing, setting the trap slow. A close friend told the blogs, Cardi's done explaining herself to the internet. She's letting the lawyers speak next, and that's when it hit people. The silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. Because if you know anything about Cardi, you know she don't keep her mouth shut unless she's cooking something. Behind the scenes, she's been documenting everything. Timestamps, screen recordings, messages, even IP data. And the wild part, word is, she's got proof that Offset's little leak came from someone in his camp. Maybe not his own hand, but close enough to trace it back to him. That's all she needs. One legal thread, one connection, and she's got him cornered. Now let's talk Charleston White. The man's been doubling down for days, talking wild like he's bulletproof. But sources say Cardi's not even going to respond directly. She's planning to hit him where it hurts too. She already had her team flagging every post he made about her baby, every video monetized off her name. If those clips earned him a dime, he might owe every penny back once those lawyers step in. And don't think she won't. Cardi sued bloggers before and made them pay, literally. She's done it once, she can do it again. The energy right now around her camp feels different. Her team's saying she's calmer, more grounded, but also colder, like she's detached, done giving second chances. She told one of her assistants, "I carried a whole man through fame, through court, through kids, and he thanked me with a tape." She's been leaning on her family too. Her mom's reportedly been staying with her more, helping her with the kids while she handles business. And Stefon Diggs, he's keeping it quiet, but he's not going anywhere. Insiders say he's standing by her, helping her rebuild behind the scenes. Because for all the gossip, for all the messy clips, the truth is, this isn't about who she's with. It's about what was done to her. Cardi's not just fighting for her image, she's fighting for her dignity. And when she finally steps in front of that camera again, she's not coming to cry. She's coming to clear the record. You can almost see the setup forming, the calculated pause before she flips the script. The same way she did after the Nicki drama. The same way she did after her lawsuits. Every time people said she was finished, she came back with something bigger. This time, word is she's working on an entire new rollout, a statement, a comeback single, and maybe even a documentary-style visual to address everything in her own way. Because if the world wants to talk about her life, she's gonna own the narrative. And the industry's watching closely. The same rappers who joked about her name last week are suddenly going quiet. Because they know when Cardi claps back, it's never halfway. It's scorched earth. Offset might have thought this would destroy her reputation, but all it did was remind everyone she's still one of the most powerful voices in hip-hop. Every brand, every sponsor, every outlet knows it. And that's what scares him the most. Because when the dust settles, he'll be the one with no deals, no allies, and no career left to stand on. So while Charleston's out here screaming for clout and Offset still posting fake smiles, Cardi's somewhere else. Calm, collected, calculating her next move like a queen sharpening her crown. Because this whole time they thought they were burying her. But she's been building the stage for her comeback. And when she finally steps on it, everyone who laughed is gonna wish they stayed quiet. Because if there's one thing you should have learned by now, you don't humiliate a woman who made herself out of nothing. Especially not one who already warned you she makes money moves. The storm's not over. It's just changing direction. And this time, Cardi's not the target. She's the lightning. So go ahead, Offset. Keep pretending you're unbothered. Keep playing games on Instagram. Because while you're online, she's in meetings. While you're leaking videos, she's locking in lawyers. And when the verdict comes down, when the lawsuits hit and the world sees the receipts, that smirk's gonna disappear faster than your bank balance. You wanted a war, Offset? Congratulations. You just started one with a woman who doesn't lose. And when she finally speaks, the whole world's gonna listen.